Yes, another Wednesday evening and a jam-packed show coming up, everybody. We look forward to this Wednesday evening. It's going to be the Duckhook show followed by a very important rugby game, and I'm sure you're all looking forward to that. So we're going to go through it very quickly. We haven't been on for 2 weeks. That means there's plenty to cover. We have to quickly go back and look at the Duckhook Open, which took place at Ibotsi. Then we go to Wingate, which was 2 days later, have a bit of a review of what happened. And then we straight into it, another 2 tournaments in 4 days. We go to Woodhill, and then we go to Dainfern. And we have a very special guest who's joining us for Dainfern, who's going to break the whole Sunday Series 2 round down for us, because he knows it all, trust me. So, who's joining me? It's the regular panel and our special guest. Here they are. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us and welcome. We've got Donnie next to me, we've got Baz at the bottom, and Tim, the golf director from Dainfern, who's going to break, like I said, Dainfern down. Exciting. Everybody, how are we?
Good evening, chaps. Very well, thank you.
Good evening.
How cold has it been this week? Perfect timing for a cold front to come through as we have 2 tournaments coming.
Yeah, no, of course. It's like we have to have that cold snap sometimes, like this winter. It's like, my wife the other day said, it's like, no, we haven't been that cold this winter. Guess what happened the last 2 days?
Well, about a month and a half ago, we had a week of a cold snap as well. I think that was also very cold. And let me not forget that it's a case of the 149th Open Championship at Royal St. George's happening starting tomorrow. A full day of golf. I think I saw somewhere that the first tee-off times go off to close to 5 a.m., which is interesting to tee off at 5 a.m. in a major championship. So we'll get some predictions from everyone as well. Thank you for watching, everybody. The first one that I saw come up was Hello Ducks from Jacques Gravenstein. We've got Yapi who's joining us as well. Welcome, Yapi. Hope you enjoy the show and many rounds with us. Mono Kelly, as always, doesn't miss it. I think he's in his calendar. Duckhook show on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Hello, Quibus. Hello, everybody. Kids and Golf is also there. Môre mense, hoop dit gaan lank en links. Okay. Tim, playing partner for tomorrow?
Boys.
Evening, guys. Right. As promised, let's get through it. We have not so much time. We're going back all the way to the Duckhook Open, which took place at Ibotsi. And if you didn't know what happened, this is what happened. The 3-pointer then. So -3, clubhouse lead. I'm hoping I'll make it. Come on.
And the winner of the 2021 Duckhook Open here at Ibotsi Links on 3 under par, draining a massive par putt for 3 points on hole number 18, Maz!
Well done, Maz. You're the Duckhook Open champion here at Ibotsi. How are you feeling?
Feeling ecstatic. It was a great day. I really played well. I had a practice round on Tuesday, and I took what I had learned there and my momentum into today. And I was lucky as well. There was a couple of shots, maybe 4 or 5 shots, putts that were long putts that went in, chips that I really hit close. I enjoyed the round today, one of my better rounds this year. So very happy to be in the winner's circle and bring on some more good golf. Every now and again, you have that round of golf where everything comes together. I must attribute it to the practice round we had, and then the pins being in the same position, understanding where the greens were. Baz, I played with you that day. There was a stretch that it just seemed like the putts were going in for me. I'll show you my scorecard in a second, but putts win tournaments, and I made a couple of those.
Yeah, Maz, it was just so phenomenal. It was awesome to have witnessed your round of golf, and everything went your way that day. The choices you made, the club choices, course management. Mm-hmm. You took your medicine when you hit bad shots. You weren't pressurized to make pars. And yeah, your putting was just on that day. It was just beautiful to watch. Your chipping, just all around a good stretch of 18 holes for you. And I'm glad that the changes that you've been going through in your swing has paid off. and the understanding of all those fundamentals. And just keep up the consistency and you'll be unbeatable, Maz.
Finding fairways is key at Ibotsi, and that is one thing I managed to do. I went in 4 rounds before that. I decided I'm not going to play with the drive anymore. I'm going to hit that 3-wood, and I'm going to make sure that by the time I get to Ibotsi, I'm going to find fairways. And that's exactly what went to plan. Let's have a look at the top 10 quickly. Then you see me on 3 under par with that final par to go to 3 under. It was a bit nervy because I was in quite early, so there was a couple of guys who could have caught me. Grant Nell finishing second on -1, also having a practice round on that Tuesday. Jason Ivans, a previous Open champion, finishing on even. Henry Hall +1, Jan Venter +1, Donnie, there you are, +2, Billy Hall, Graham de Villiers +2, Jaco Jacobs and Clint Bridders all finishing tough too, +2. I don't think the course was as difficult as it normally plays for the Open. It was a warm day. The greens are receptive. We've had tournaments there where it's been absolutely freezing and impossible. Let me go through the scorecard, and you will see here the stretch that we are talking about from the 4th hole, which was a stroke 1, where I had pretty much played it exactly the same, and I had the putt that I knew exactly what was going to happen. That went in the par 5, another par, the 6, which I had totally broke the previous time, managed to make 4 there, and then another 5. Then I made up for my 12 from the previous year on the par 3 8th with a nice birdie. Once again, got a perfect line from Lyle Langley, who was just outside my ball, and I saw exactly where that needed to go, and straight into the hole. The 9th, I made, let me just come up. The 9th, if you didn't know, I made an absolute monster putt. I was at the back of the green, and I needed that for par, and it snaked and went into the hole. So there's another shot that you don't expect to make, which was pretty much a bonus gift. Let's go back to the 10th. Then it was all about hanging on, because I reached there at -4 and I was like, just hang on. My hiccup came on the par 3 15th, where it's the stroke 18. You expect it's 120 meters, just on the right of the bunker, which I proceeded to thin out of the bunker into the back rough clump, and then chipped it out and 3-putted. And then from there, my playing partners went silent because they thought, oh crap, here we go. He's going to fall apart. But luckily, came back with the next hole with a par to get a shot back. Another good chip, which was close. And then on the 18th, as you saw, made another long putt. So when it goes your way, it definitely goes your way.
And just to bother you there, do you think if you drive on 18, it would have been a different result? Because you were in between drive and 3-wood.
You see, I didn't hit drive all day. So the last thing I wanted to do was not clear the hazard. Because if I did not clear the hazard, then I would have to hit another one. And then you're in double bogey territory. Luckily, I cleared the hazard, and then, unfortunately, running around the slope, just went into the blue stakes, which I still had to drop, and made par from. That's why that putt was important. So, as I said, goes your way. But carrying on the form is the main thing. So that is the Open, everybody. Thank you for the congratulations. It's nice to have that one round in a blue moon, shall we say. All right, we're moving on to Wingate, everybody. Here we go. Results from Wingate, which was 2 days later. Carl van der Meulen taking his first win at Wingate, finding the greens to his liking. I did not find the greens to my liking. It was very difficult. And then we had a tie for second. Adam Ford, Dana Perumal, and Leon van Aarde and Leon Oosthuizen all coming in at -1. Good rounds of golf for them. Getting plenty ranking points. So all those top 5 guys are probably going to make it into the Players' Championship at Serengeti in September. Then Neville Kurtz, I think he's on a run of form, old Neville. He played at Dainfern and shot 3 under. So I've been watching him. So watch out for him. Soon he might be in the winner's circle. Kobus Skuman back in the top 10, another good round. He might be finding some form. And Grant Nell, once again, another top 10. So he's racking up the player ranking points. Afterwards, I spoke to the gentleman to see the top 5, to see how the round went. Owen, how are you going to play this?
Just get it onto the green.
Now there's a lefty.
I just wanted to have a good round, get 32, 33 points plus, because I've been struggling a bit. The last quarter, golf wasn't good. But yeah, I'm happy. Getting even par for the round, I'm very happy.
You are tied for second on -1, but you lose on the countback and you are third. How are you feeling?
Yeah, no, it's alright. It was a good day of golf. Just messed up the last hole a little bit. I think a little bit of pressure trying to win the game. But overall, a good day. I enjoyed it.
Adam, second place finisher at Wingate. Happy with your round?
Yeah, actually very happy. It's the highest finish I've done in Duckhook so far. Couple of bad shots. Didn't make a single birdie, but played solid golf. So I'm happy with the round. It's getting there. It's a progress. I'll get there. I drove well today. You know, I had a good driving, and putting was okay, not too bad, but still no birdies.
On the turn, I'm starting hitting the driver perfectly. Had my little baby fade as per normal. And yeah, and then my luck actually changed on the 17th stroke 1, where I hit it perfectly in the middle of the fairway. Hit it with a 9-iron onto the green. Missed out on the birdie putt, and then yeah, I had like 10 centimeters for the par, which gave me a 4 for 4, and that pulled me back from +2 to even. And then I just had to par the last hole, which is the 18th, which I did. So I'm stoked.
Leon, I spoke to you at Reading. You said you had a bit of a swing in form. You've carried that through to today. Happy with the way your golf is going?
Well, my approach shot's definitely, my chipping is getting there, but my driver is still struggling with my driver. But my recovery shots, I'm so used to being in the trees. I think I'm a pro at recovering now. But yeah, no, it went well.
Moving on to Dainfern, you are a champion at Dainfern. You're looking forward to that?
Yeah, look, I love Dainfern. The last year it didn't work out that well, but I mean, I'm very positive, and being in the top 5, yeah, it really means a lot. So I'm positive, yeah.
Oh yes. Get in the hole. Roll out. Get in the hole. Oh, it's so good.
In the winner's circle, tell me how you're feeling.
Yeah, ecstatic, man. First win ever on the Duckhook Tour. Been playing now for roughly 3 years, so really glad to get a win.
Leading from pretty much a second hole, so you must have played well. What was a strong point in your game?
The good points of my game today is on the first 2 par 5s of the second 9. I reached both in 2, birdied both of those par 5s, and then also one of the par 5s on the first 9. I also reached it in 2, also made a birdie there. So definitely that helped my game a lot. 4 for 4 on all 3 of those holes, and my putting was really good today.
First player into the Players' Championship at Serengeti, into the major. Happy about that?
Yes, especially I didn't qualify for the Open, which I was a bit bummed about. So I'm glad to already have my seat for the next major.
Well done, Coral. Well done. It's always nice when new faces take the victory. Tim, you've played Wingate.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about Wingate?
Yeah, well, yeah, last playing there quite a few years ago, I just kind of remember everything turns towards the mountain, you know, and being left-handed, hitting a nice little baby fade. Don't know if he said that, but I'm just adding that in. Baby fade. And no, it's one thing. Walking that golf course, I think you can see a lot of guys took golf carts there. Please book your golf carts this weekend if you haven't, because I know Mario, you walked on Friday, and you said you had 911 on speed dial.
Correct.
Tim, while we're talking about golf carts, can I book one now with you?
Yeah. Do it through the right channels.
Tomorrow morning, I wake up at 6, buddy.
There you exactly. If we had a comment of the show for something, this is what it would be. No, Chad, you don't need butting lessons, you need legs day. He means putting lessons, but you need a legs day. I thought that was terribly funny. Thanks, Lyle, for watching. Right, let's go. The boys are going to help me go through the nitty-gritty of Wingate. We have the pins quickly. The pins was taken by Louis Gerber on the par 4 4th for the closest in 2. The par 3 8th was my playing partner on the day, Gerard Maritz, who just edged out. I cannot remember the second person was. And then the par 3 16th was Matt Binneke. Well done to those guys. Donnie, we have our normal groups.
Yeah, so we can see obviously Leon played well, beating Brian, Stephen, Barry, and Paul. And then the other group goes to Kobus, beating Monet, Gideon, Grant, and Louis.
Well done to those chaps. Baz, we did the best teams. There was tied for 2 teams tied.
Yeah, fantastic to see that Gerard Gerber starting off the lowest score out of the 4. Grant now also played decently around his handicap. Monet, Kelly, a bit of a mare for him, and Mr. Niels de Toy, unfortunately, couldn't be consistent around their handicaps, but still managed. And then Peter Prinsloo, Oki, Jock Ravenstein, and Leon Oosthuizen. Phenomenal 4-ball between these guys. Unfortunately, not the best day for the 3. And then Mr. Leon Oosthuizen just showing up between all 4 of them with the lowest of 1 under.
And another one on the watch radar, may I add.
100%.
Let's go to the teams quickly. The blue team absolutely hammered the red team this time around. The captains all square on +7 apiece. You can see there's very, very high scores here. But Graham de Villiers takes the win, taking the blue team to 11. The red team stays on 6. Tim, if you didn't know, and the viewers watching for the first time, this is totally fantasy. We draw two teams of 10, and we see who wins. And by the end of the year, we see which team takes the bragging rights. Let's quickly pick out a couple. Hanu had an absolute nightmare on +13 off his 2 handicap. Owen losing to Alan Lowe. Louis Gerber taking Luki Janssen. Then there we say Leon Oostin winning his game against Cornel Erasmus, and Cornel also had a very, very difficult time. Tim Garner +3, Vickers +3. What's that, Baz?
I see Tim Garner. That's not the same Tim Garner, is it?
Tim Garner.
Oh, wow.
Which Tim Garner you thinking of? Anyway.
Oh, no, wrong person. Sorry, chaps. Carry on, Maz.
What it all means after Wingate is Series 1. This is the top 10 updated. Randall Chetty continues to lead the way. It's the best 10 out of 11 scores. So, and if there's a tie,
panelists are in the top 5.
Yeah, there he is. If it's a tie at the end, it will be on the most points. So Randall is 250 IS points after the 7 rounds. Pranay Pandy hot on his heels. He's been there most of the season. Baz, there you're on the top 3. Graham de Villiers, 205. Tied with you, Donnie, on 205. You made a big jump. Corbus made a jump back into the top 10 on 204 points. Steve Saunders jumps into the top 10 as well on 202. Ryan Esmond, 201. JP in the 200s. JP can't miss out. And Yaku Jacobs running up the top 10, just dropping a shot. So everybody, that is Wingate for you. Where do we go next? Well, as I mentioned, we've got 2 rounds coming up, 2 tournaments, one tomorrow, and then at Dainfern. This is how it looks for Woodhill. Going into the event, the top 10, Jason and Simon are tied, but Jason moves 1 up with 196 points. Richard stood in 3rd, playing well in the Thursday League. Frikkie, as always, featuring up into tied 3rd, 166. So this is very close once again. As you can see, the top 5 only separated by 3 points. Henry Hall, Peter Prinsloo, Carl van der Meulen, Andre Kotze, and Jacques Ravenstein make up the top 10. We'll quickly go to the course layout and the scorecard. Gents, who's played Woodhill here? You want to quickly give us a synopsis?
I'll go quickly. I've actually got some good there, as it used to be the Alfred Dunhill qualifier.
Yeah.
And I managed to shoot 30 on the front 9, and I had 9 holes left to secure my spot in that event. And boy, that back 9 really gets tight when you've already set the tone. But that front 9 is pretty gettable, boys, especially if your putting is on. And the back 9, just to ensure that you make fairways and utilize your stroke. Utilize your strokes in the winter times, boys, as putting is a lot harder, and just to ensure that you do not 3-putt, gents. That's all I can say about Woodhill.
Anyone else want to add to that?
Yeah, I think, obviously, yet again, you have to go there with a game plan. It's like play to your handicap, try and get fairways, try and get greens in regulation. There is a couple of holes there that you can't be bold, you can't take driver, the guys just play to your strengths. That's the main thing that I would say.
Okay, great. Let's quickly have a look at the tee times, just to remind everybody. There hasn't been any change. We've got 60 players teeing it up tomorrow, which is a great turnout in amongst the cold and the COVID situation we have. We start at 7:02 on the first with Frikkie Bonasol, Steyn, Jaco, Duckhook and Pierre here taking us away. We've got a team match play game. Luki Janssen, Carl van der Meulen, and my partner is super subbing for Russell Tanny to get that group done. Donnie, you're finishing
back of the field.
Back of the field, so we'll try not to keep you up. I don't know. As I mentioned, that there are guys, Baz, you are there at 07:34 with Lyle Klimpers and Gerard Maritz.
Great little four ball that. Gerard has never played Woodhill, so I will try and help him around there, just to get him around the golf course and also just to play with.
Quickly skimming through the names, the guys that I said that are on form, Leon Oosthuizen, you've got to look out for him. Another one would be...
Who always peaks before like a big one?
I feel like Luki Jans plays there off. I could be wrong. So
he's going to
I think
a bit
Luki, definitely Luki. I favour you, Maz.
Oh, no.
If you can stay off your phone for the whole day and not film and take photos, focus on your game.
Woodhill is...
You got a shout.
Woodhill is... It's got 9 holes I play very well, but the other 9 I struggle on, and they're not in particular order. So if I can just play a few more extra, that would help. Another match play, as you see, Jason is due when he came second in the last Thursday series. So maybe he does something. I spoke to Ruben today. Ruben says that he feels good and he likes that track. Grant Nell is closer and closer to pulling off a victory. Right, let's do the pins quickly, everybody. It's the par 3-7 through the gate. If you don't know, once you get to the green, there's a fantastic view of that part of Pretoria. Then the closest to the pin is the par 4 9th. I'm sure you all know that. You hit a good drive and you could have a wedge left or even less. Some of the big boys might just have to kick it on and they're right there. Par 3 12 is the one over the water after the par 5. That will be the closest in 2. It's a concept voucher. We want to play some virtual golf with you at Concepts. Okay, Donnie, let's have a look at the groups quickly.
Yeah, so Group A, we've got Andre Kotze, Richard Stewart, Leon Oosthuizen, Alan Lowe, and Henry Hall. I think that's going to be a very interesting group. It's a strong group there. Sorry, Maz, if you can just move that.
I'm sorry. There we go.
Your thing there. Then Group B, we've got Simon, Grant, Mark Borragero, Bobby van der Span, Kevin Ho. That's also going to be an interesting four-ball. Simon teeing it up first.
Yep.
Group, he's the defending or leader. Mark Borragero that just got his new clubs from us today. So yeah, let's see how it goes.
We'll quickly take you through the two teams once again. We are sitting at 6 and 11. What's happening? Dainfern is going to lead the red team this time around, and Lyle Langley, you're going to lead the blue team. Dorian's team, Jason Ivans, Bertus Barnhorst, Gerard Gerber, Ruben Swart, Trevor Muller, Conrad Pretorius, Charlie Rothman, Sodelstein, and Paul Ricketts. The blue team, as I said, led by Captain Lyle Langley, Clint Britters, Eddie Ivans, Yapi Deploy, Donnie, you in that team, Hansi, father and son are taking each other on, Gerard Maritz, Basil, you also in that team, and Luki Janssen. I've got a couple of comments here for you. Your column is having a lovely time there. I can hardly hear myself speak there.
Yeah.
I hope the rest of the viewers can hear what's happening. Tim Garner. This is in response to you, Basil. There's only one Tim Garner. That is true. There's only one.
Oh, sorry, Tim. What is your surname? What?
This is Steenberg.
Mine's Steinberg.
Oh, wow. But honestly,
Basil, Tim, Basil. Right, maybe you should have done that earlier.
It sounds phenomenal.
Lyle, look out for Lily tomorrow, boys. Bring it on, Lyle. Nice to see you back in the winner's circle. The last time he was in the winner's circle was a Botsy in a Thursday league game, I think it was. Kero, bring some OBS tomorrow. 100%. You just
out of bounce stakes.
Say again.
Out of bounce stakes.
Yes, okay. Lyle, yes, but Lukey and Jason, he agrees with me. And Jason Dedicant, I remember this. I think this might be a bit of an exaggeration. I lost 12 and 10 to Nick. Hate that course. I remember this day. He was very, very sad when he walked off. 100%. Boys, we've reached that moment where we are now going to talk about Dainfern. And Tim is going to tell you everything you need to know. If you have any questions for Tim, please drop him on the comments line and I will get it to him and he will answer your questions. But first, this is what you got to look forward to. Oh, that doesn't wet your lips. I don't know what will. Okay, Tim, take us through what we can expect for Dainfern. I'm going to... Oh, before we do that, let me just put where we head into it with Basil Wright leading the series by 1 point on 179 over Carl van der Linde. Very steady golf. He's going to catch you, Baz, if you have a bad round because he's really playing well and he hasn't missed one yet. Ronnie Volherter has dropped because of missing an event, so he's down to third. I think his form has just dropped off after his 2 victories. He'll be back. Kero hanging in there. Fricky, another top 5. Donna Perimal, Stefan Meyer, Jaco Jacobs. Graham de Villiers features in another top 10. And another top 10 for Donnie Geldenhuys. It's all to play for in this series. Right, getting back to you, Tim. Take us through Dainfern.
Well, guys, I mean, I played the course today, so it hadn't been out in a while. Par 5s, just play the course well. Play it as you see it. Use the wind, use the contours of the fairways. The course is in great condition at the moment. I want to say it's very linksy at the moment, so you're going to get your 2 tastes of the Open Championship at Dainfern this weekend, where you have to play to some of the holes that, you're 20 yards right, 20 yards left and filter it in. And, just hit all par 3s. Make sure you stay out of the XK. There's a lot of that XK that goes through the Dainfern. So just keep it dry and you'll be able to sink it.
There we go. He's going to take us through some of the pins that we have and how to play those holes. I've got a couple more comments I just want to get in through here. Kids on Golf, looking forward to defending my Dainfern title. Look out, boys. Yes, on -5, if I'm not mistaken, and that was a Thursday series game, and that was his back-to-back because the week before he had won at Glen Vista, if I'm not mistaken, and he was the first Duck to go back-to-back league victories. I think he's due to be right up there once again. Lyle says, play Dainfern on Tuesday. It didn't disappoint. Hard, fast, stay below the hole. You agree with him, Tim?
I agree 100%. There's a couple of putts today on some slopes where some of the pins might be this weekend, when we get you guys there on Sunday. So just keep it under the hole. You'll have nice putts. Miss it coming down and you might be chipping back up the hill.
Didn't you say that you're gonna ask the greenkeeper to cut the greens to 13 on the stump for us?
Put all the pins on mountains.
Mountains, we got covered. We're gonna get it. We're gonna double cut probably tomorrow, and then we will maybe just double cut it on Saturday afternoon just to
make sure you're
running
even slicker as well. Top up the bunkers a bit.
Boys, just to confirm, it's not the mountains at Wingate.
I don't know what they're on about with the mountains. They're having their own internal private.
To figure out what mountain Tim is talking about. But we can get around golf in Wingate.
Yeah. I'll say I did walk that on the last Friday and it was tough. Anyway, talking about last Friday, we had a practice 20. We had 20 guys arrive and a great day out.
Coming through again.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you for inviting us and thank you for providing us with a Dainfern special for the Ducks who came for the practice tournament specifically to come beforehand. So this is a bit of what the other guys had to say after they played the round last Friday. Chilly Friday morning here at Dainfern Golf Estate, and there's a group of Ducks having a practice tournament. Can you believe a whole 20 of us came out to see what the course is about? So when we come to the show on Wednesday, we'll have plenty of opinion that you can listen to. Dainfern is regular on our calendar. Donnie, looking forward to today. What are you expecting from Dainfern?
Yeah, obviously Dainfern, every time we've played, it's been a really, really good track to play on. Nice, quick greens. Obviously this time of the year is we do expect the fairways to be a little bit sort of brownish. But, it's looking at it so far, the course is not looking bad. I think the greens are going to be freshly cut, so it's going to be quick. I'm looking really forward to it. I think it's going to be an interesting challenge to see how it goes today.
I can tell you one thing. I spoke to the golf director, Tim, and he said the greens are just slower than lightning. So the fast greens that we're playing on continue. So let's see how the guys go today, see who wins out of the 20, and then we'll get some reviews.
Very slippery greens downhill. The greens are in really good condition. Very slow uphill and very fast downhill. It caught me out a couple times. But if you're reading the greens well, trust your line, trust your pace, give it respect on the downslope, and just try and hit fairways. Fairways in good nick. rough's not too bad, so if you know the course well, you can trust taking some of those lines that you kind of know you're finishing in the rough, but it's really not that bad.
The course played great, the greens were fantastic. Yeah, it's just like any normal course, just hit it down the middle and you'll be fine. And some of the, just don't be above the hole. I mean, it's simple golf really, but it's a decent nick for the time of the year.
The greens was not too fast this morning, but the pace picked up this afternoon, so I suspect a great pace in the afternoon because it's an afternoon field on Sunday. Yeah, for the first time playing, yeah, was a lacquer course.
Neville, after the round you come in with 39 points. Happy with the practice round?
It was awesome. The course was in great nick. I enjoyed the round. Yeah, everything just clicked nicely. So it's a great round. Man.
What do you think of the greens?
They're tricky, they're deceptive, they seem to turn away right at the hole, so you need to pick the line, and yeah, once you've got a line, just trust it and put it up there, but just allow for that little break around the hole.
Unbelievable 10 under, personal best of 79 here at Dainfern in the practice tournaments. Obviously you've smashed us all. Talk us through it. How are you feeling?
Fantastic and terrible, because I should be doing this next weekend and walking away with the gold. No, it was just hitting the driver well and putting well. That was, I think, when, Wingate 40 putts for the round, and today I haven't actually checked, but it was probably around 30 putts for the round, including 2 long birdie putts, narrowly missing an eagle putt on the 8th as well. So yeah, just fantastic. Ball striking was good. Lessons paying off. So the bunkers are nice, so don't stress if you get in one. The greens are rolling fast, but they're rolling true. They did water them before this morning, so the early morning was a bit slow, but I think when we tee off, it'll probably be running nice and true.
One day I wish I can make 10 under my handicap. That day has not come even close. Well done to Richard. Absolutely firing on the day. Another day where it's a PB. Must be a good putter. Let me just say that. Okay, let's go. We don't have much time left. Let's just go through the pins quickly, and then Tim is going to go through each individually, and then we're pretty much done. The par 3-6 is going to be the closest to the pin. We have swapped it around this time. It's usually the other holes, the other par 3s, and the par 3 11th is going to be the other closest to the pin, and then the par 4 17th is going to be the closest in 2. So, Tim, take us through the par 3-6 first.
Okay, first, the 6th hole. Beautiful little golf hole today. Playing a little bit downhill over the last couple of days, usually downwind, which has been quite nice. So greens being firm, and you guys are going to be playing in the afternoon, I want to say to you, the pin's at the back, hit it middle green. If the pin's in the front, take enough club just to fly it over there. And then you just got to putt well. That green is quite tricky. Everything sort of filters in its own direction, its own Dainfern direction, in and around those sneaky breaks that gent was talking about earlier.
Right, then we've got the par 3 11th, which I find is a very difficult hole because you have to be pinpoint in this hole. The tee box, I don't know if it's going to be in the same place. It was the first time I played on that tee box from the right-hand side. It actually is a better angle than the one that's straight on.
I would agree with you. That right tee box you played, I think it was probably playing about 140 that day. But you got that beautiful view of the Yuxco, which is nice. Again, middle green, it's a 2-tier, so everything filters towards the water on the left. So guys, bailout is right. The pot bunkers are quite deep, but they're chipping quite true. So just hit it on, 2 putts, run to the 12.
There we go. The thing is, bailing out right. If you find those bunkers and then you're scared to overhit it because look what's on the other side of the green. So that's why I say it's a tricky. I think it's the hardest par 3 on the course.
I always feel like guys under club there. Take extra club. So when you bail out, you fly that pot bunker. So if you push,
especially that first one,
take more than enough club and go a little long there.
Yeah. Right. This is my favorite hole on Dainfern, I must say. I really enjoy this hole.
The 19.
I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you.
Talk us through.
I think the last time we played it, I hit it right edge of the bunker on the top, so you can play it left or right. I hit 9 to about 10 foot and made birdie, but then you ended up making a freaking par, 4 for 3, and we ended up halving the game. So it was good visions. But yeah, just hit it fairway, lean it in from the right, everything filters to the left.
That is a pretty hole, Tim. Wow.
Yeah.
And it's all about where you hit it on the fairway. If you keep it left, you've got a much shorter iron than hitting it right. You can add 50 meters to your second shot if you hit it right. So find the right place of the fairway, and then it's not too difficult. The green is a bit of a
turtleback.
Yeah. So you also need to find the green.
We'll find you a nice pin there, Bez.
Yes.
Back right, bud. Back right.
There we go.
So those are the featured holes that the guys will play for some prizes. Donnie, quickly go through this. Go.
All right, Group A, Pranay, Brighton, Donna, Tim and Kero taking each other on to see who's the winner there. Group B, Yaku, Mitchell, Vickers, Matthew and Fats. Oh, I think that's going to be an interesting one. And then Maz, just move your cursor thing. I can't see quickly there.
A habit of that.
Peter, Zach, Reino, Clint, Johan and Frikkie. Oh, my money's on Frikkie there.
There we go. Okay, good luck to everybody there with your featured groups. The head-to-head teams. Sepp Robertson will be captaining and Gideon Ruchter will be the captain of the blue team as a previous winner. Sepp will have Graham, Rudolph, Stephen, Gerard, who's also, let's not forget, Gerard Snyman won the last Sunday series that we were at Dainfern. So big ups to him. Frikkie Steyn, Ryan Esman, Cornel Erasmus, Jan Venter, Chad Rose. I think the red team can take the blue team of Edwin Potgieter-Leon, Van Aarde, Kobus, Maz, Russell Tandy, Oliver, Dean Sherman, Jacques Gramsci, and JP. The last words is, you got 1 minute. Donnie, who's going to win the Open?
Sure. Tough. Putting me on the spot. I'm actually hoping for a South African boy to do well, so I hope Louis takes it.
And we have 13 South Africans taking part, so there is a good chance South African has an opportunity. Basil?
I'm going to go for Scheffler. He's a great ball striker, hits it under the wind. He demands every shot that's needed in those types of conditions. And at the end of the day, it's the guy who's got the most feel. So I'm going to go with South African, Louis Oosthuizen.
Tim?
Took the words right out of my mouth there, but King Louis, to break it in there.
I'll be honest, just like a little bit of a last word from me about the golf is I know the players don't want to see these little holes behind my screen here, but I do hope to see a few of the guys in those bunkers.
All right.
And see what they do.
The last word goes to our viewers that keep us going. Thank you for watching once again. Blue team, says Lyle. Ryan Esmond, I'm taking on the Butties on Sunday. There you go. Jock says blue team again. There we go. Too much blue teams here. And Grant Nell, to end it all off, 5 under for Dainfern for the win on Sunday. I can tell you much on a Sunday series, we've never gone that low. I think the lowest we've gone is 3 under. So I think it will be closer to the 3 under mark. The faster the greens and trickier the greens get, the higher the scores. Higher the scores. All right, everybody, enjoy the rugby. Good luck to South African A-team box down in Cape Town. We're all about when we get off, we switch over and we watch. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next week. Thanks, Donnie. Thanks, Basil. Thanks again, Tim, for joining us. We'll see you all on Sunday, Tim, and we'll see the Thursday boys tomorrow morning. Be nice and warm. Cheers.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers, guys.